You may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Caroline Parker, Senior Class President. I would like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2018. Today, I would like Before we begin, I would just like to recognize a few people. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mario Andrade. Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Diane Santa. We have our District Administration Principal, Dr. Deb DiBiase, and our Assistant Principals, Dr. Rosemary Burns and Ms. Michelle King. The Chairman of the School Committee, Mr. Paul Silva, who will be speaking today, as well as the rest of the school committee members. Not to forget our town officials, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2018. So to start off today's ceremony, we will begin by inviting our Vice President, Meg O'Brien, up here to lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the vocal ensemble will be performing the national anthem. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. So I want to begin this celebration today with a story. A story about a day we all experienced, whether it was at Mount Hope or somewhere else. This is a story about my first day of freshman year. Just like any other freshman, I was nervous, scared, a combination of all three. But I also thought it was super cool because I was getting a ride from the president of the class, Morgan Schaubs, that year. So I was like, oh, I have an in, but no. That lasted a total of 2 minutes because the time we pulled in the senior lot, she found her friends, I was all alone, and I was left to figure out why homeroom was after first period, who the heck Mr. Dranchak was, and where this mysterious C building was, which whenever I asked an upperclassman, I got the response, the hallway that looks like a boat. It It does. I still tell freshmen that when they ask where seatbelt is. I'm like, the boat hall. So I finally find my way, and it turns out that the very first class I have on my very first day of freshman year is public speaking. And I walk into this class, and I'm glancing around, and I don't see a single person I know. So I just grab a seat right by the door. So like worst case scenario, I can like links on out of there. And the teacher begins class, and she starts saying, "Oh, welcome to public speaking." She's taking attendance. She's like, "Oh, you must be Caroline Parker. You're the only freshman in our class." And I'm realizing I'm the only freshman in the class, and my eyes get super wide, and I'm really starting to like my seat right by the door because I'm like about to escape. But I can't, because she starts class and she says, "Welcome to public speaking. Today you're all going to come up to the podium and you're going to give a personal story speech so we can all get to know you." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I bet you can guess who got called up first. Talk about throwing a kid in head first. Thank you, Miss Towers. She cannot be here today. She's in Sedona, but that was me. So I get up there in front of 25 juniors and seniors, and this isn't some dumb icebreaker where I can say, "Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm 14. I have 2 cats, and I like corn." No. This is like the real deal. I was given a real speech here. So instead of like telling some normal story about myself, I ended up telling a story about how when I was 10 years old, I built a wooden car and raced it in the Orange Crate Derby in Bristol and got last place. And just a little fun fact, Jack Serps got 6th, so shout out to him wherever he is. Yeah, good accomplishments. And it's really ironic because the first thing I did my freshman year was speak to a class. And here I am on my very last day of my senior year speaking to you all. And both times I managed to talk about getting last place in the Orange Crate Derby, which is weird. But it's not weird, because our life is made up of circles. Friend circles, study circles, jam circles, team huddles. And while all of these circles will continue to grow and fade over our time at Mount Hope will always remain a special circle for all of us, one which we created together. We'll forever be able to draw back memories from, one made of friendships and relationships that will always remain strong no matter how much time passes. Because in reality, no matter how different Alex Hill's first day of school is from Caitlin Moniz's, or how different Katie Golden's art show went from Jacob Champlin's golf match, we all share and make up the tiny circles which form our last 4 years here. So go out, make new circles, try new things, just chinch out, and do whatever makes you happy. But always remember that no matter what, you'll always have the circle you make here at Mount Hope High School. Thank you. I'd now like to invite up the Salutatorian, Meg O'Brien, to give her address to the class.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming out today to celebrate this special day with us. I am honored to have the opportunity to speak to such a wonderful group of friends and students. As we prepare to move on to the next chapter of our lives, this day is an opportunity to reflect on how far we have come together and to look ahead to all the possible directions we may take in our future. Throughout the past 4 years, we have experienced so much together, both inside and outside the walls of Mount Hope. We have seen natural disasters affect the lives of people around the world, a president leave the White House and another assume his position, Mount Hope teachers retire and others start their career, all while we run from class to class. As I spent time reflecting on these memories, I thought of the fond ones, like time spent enjoying family and the amazing friends that I've met here over the years. But I also remember the more challenging moments, such as trudging through common task requirements or dealing with deadlines and commitments. I know now that these collective experiences have helped shape us into the people we have become. They've helped us grow, mature, and become prepared to take on this next phase of our lives. So I would like to share a story that I believe holds many parallels to some significant things that I learned in high school. Throughout high school, I held a job at a small aquarium in Newport, where it was my responsibility to feed and take care of the baby octopus. Although this job seems fun and adorable, which it was also very tedious. as the octopus was prone to clinging onto its food bottle when I tried to collect it, and at times even escaping out of its tank. At first, I saw the octopus escaping as a nuisance, and actually borderline horrifying. However, as I witnessed the octopus escape its tank over and over again, I grew to respect its persistent will to escape, despite continuously being put back in its tank. Through time, my respect grew to admiration. The octopus's persistence, its will to essentially start over each time it was put back in its tank, was impressive. I believe this type of persistence is a vital trait for each of us to nurture within ourselves. It is essential for us to develop into our full potential. As we have journeyed through high school, we have all experienced our own challenges and setbacks, times where we felt we needed to completely start over. But we are here today because of our persistence. And what will help us succeed in the future is not only our acquired skills or our knowledge, but perhaps more importantly, our persistence. Another thing the octopus has shown me was how to fearlessly take chances. After all, I don't believe the octopus had any idea what was on the other side of its tank, but it had the courage to keep leaping out anyway. As we enter the rest of our lives, it is important for us to not be afraid to take chances, even if we don't have it all figured out just yet. Have the courage to follow your curiosities, even if you don't know your exact path. Just as the octopus bravely took a chance, it is important for us to remember to take our own chances and break our own barriers, even if we don't know what is on the other side of the tank. The possibilities outside of the tank are limitless. Now, as we go home with our diplomas today, remember to take with you your persistence, your courage, and your curiosities, and use these to help take on the challenges of our generation. For some students, this might mean engineering solutions. For others, it might mean pursuing law to achieve equality for all. And for others, it might mean sharing their art with the world to make it a more beautiful place. Whatever it is, I encourage you to pursue it with persistence and courage, and to make your journey your own. Thank you to the generous and committed teachers and administration that have helped us along the way. And thank you to my fellow classmates for the wonderful memories. I can't wait to see all the amazing things that you will accomplish in the future. So thank you, and best of luck to the class of 2018.
That was super inspiring, Meg. Thank you. I'd now like to invite the vocal ensemble to perform Another Day of Sun from La La Land, arranged by Jacob Narveru, directed by Virginia Boyle. And it's actually the jive, so sorry about that.
My thing fell off. Okay.
Dabba 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 dabba. I think about that day I left him at a Greyhound station west of Santa Fe. We were 17, but he was sweet and it was true. Still I did what I had to do, 'cause I just knew summer Sunday night we'd sink into our seats right as they dimmed down all the lights. A technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen and live inside each scene without a nickel to my name. Hopped a bus, here I came. I could be brave or just insane. We'll have to see. In that sleepy town he'll sit one day. The lights are down, he'll see my face and think of how he used to know me.
Behind these hills I'm reaching for the heights and chasing all the lights that shine, that shine. It's another day of get up another day of sun.
I hear 'em every day, the rhythms in the canyons that'll never fade away, the ballads in the ballrooms left by those who came before. They say you gotta want it more, so I bang on every door.
And even when the answer's no, or when my money's running low, the dusty mic and neon glow are all I need.
And someday as I sing my song, a small town kid'll come along. That'll be the thing to push him on and go.
Behind these hills I'm reaching for the heights and chasing all the lights that shine.
Lights that shine. It's another day of,
Get above the ground.
it's another day
As
of,
morning rolls around, and it's another day of sun.
it's another day of sun. It's another day of sun. It's another day of sun. It's another day of sun. Just another day of sun. It's another day of sun.
It's another day of sun.
Thank you, Jive. I know we have a lot of graduating seniors who are part of Jive. You guys will all be missed. You're great singers. Next, we have the Valedictorian address, who will be given by Ashley Tatum.
Friends and family, faculty, and administration, class of 2018. It is an honor to speak before you today. I'd like to begin by thanking my wonderful family, who have been my greatest source of support these last 4 years. Without you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the teachers who have inspired me throughout my high school career. To Mr. Burke, whose class made me cry the first day of high school, but who ultimately made me a better student. To Mrs. Neves, who showed me what it meant to be a great teacher and inspired me to pursue that path myself. To Mrs. Friedman, who made European history interesting with her amazing storytelling. To Mrs. Bean, Mrs. Towers, Mrs. Moore, and many others, thank you for these past 4 years. Without your guidance, I wouldn't be the student I am today. In the spirit of honesty, which is one of our ripped qualities, I was completely lost when I first sat down to write this speech. So, like all accomplished students who are presented with a difficult task, I resorted to Googling how to write a graduation speech. WikiHow had some good suggestions in addition to SpeechWorks and the New York Times. The general gist of these articles informed me to reflect on the past and to speak about the future. I thought a while about offering advice or motivation about the future, but nothing I came up with couldn't be found in the wall decor aisle of Michael's or on a Pinterest board of inspirational quotes. So I thought I'd skip the advice and focus on commemorating the past. But that proved to be a challenge as well. I am lucky enough to be graduating amongst some amazing individuals who have accomplished various feats over the past 4 years. When I began to think about my years at high school, however, I found it hard to think of specific memories within those walls. Of course, I've had favorite classes and teachers, fun times in homeroom and after school, but I don't think my time here at Mount Hope can be summed up in a mere few paragraphs or anecdotes. What I can express, however, is gratitude for what I've learned here and how I've grown. What I settled on, instead of the past or the future, was offering a quote from one of my favorite novels. As a future English student and teacher, I personally see immense value in literary works. It is my possibly biased belief that great art and great writing is the one aspect of education that connects life experience to the classroom. So, here it is. J.D. Salinger once wrote, "The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one." I'm not sure what this quote will mean to you, as literature is often interpreted differently by different people, but what I do know is that this quote led me to think about my own ambitions and purpose as I move on from high school. I'm guessing that's where most of us are now, thinking about and defining our ambitions and purposes in the world. While that may be a daunting task, I trust that all of us have strong cores and are in fact ripped enough to take it on in any way. And now that I have somehow ended up reflecting on the past and touching upon the future, as WikiHow suggests, all I have left to say is good luck and congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Ashley. At this point, now we'll have the Mount Hope Vocal Ensemble this time, performing Home, directed by David Loria. And the Mount Hope High School Band after that will be performing American River songs.
Hold on to me as we go,
As we roll down this unfamiliar road,
Although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you're lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place your home.
Those were spectacular performances from both groups. At this point, I'd like to invite our class treasurer, Ellie Natman, and secretary, Jill O'Brien, to present the class gift.
Hi everyone. So this year the senior class gift is something that many students will be benefiting from. Since many of our graduating seniors have been involved in assemblies, concerts, musicals, and presentations, we've decided to give to the auditorium.
The auditorium is also used for many other events throughout the town, like pageants, dance recitals, and so after discussing some options, we decided to have a new podium built for the auditorium. So we hope that this will benefit other students and community members in the future, and thank you.
I would now like to invite up Vice President of the now junior class, Tess McKenzie. So this here big heavy bedpost is the baton of leadership. And every year at graduation, the president who's graduating passes this on to the new president. Unfortunately, Ryder Ferris, the president of the class of 2019, is unable to attend because he's at the ACTs, which is why I was late last year. So, here Tess, photo op.
On behalf of myself, Ryder, and the rest of the 2019 class, we'd like to congratulate the 2018 class. We wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Good luck to you guys, Tess. It's a ride. Now I'd like to have our principal, Dr. DiBiase, please come up to the podium to give her address.
You may be seated. Nice job. Wow, I am so proud to be here today on this wonderful occasion where we are celebrating you. Welcome to all who have come to celebrate. There are many people behind the scenes that have gone above and beyond to make this day special. So I'd like to thank the ladies. Thank you, ladies, our beautiful, wonderful secretaries. Also the custodial staff who helped set everything up here and also upstairs. They are an amazing group of people. Where would you guys be without Mrs. Chafee and Mrs. Trafficanti, who took you on, your class advisors? Our amazing administrative team, the teachers and staff who have inspired you, our central office administrators, school committee members, and town council members. Please thank them. Also, I'd like to thank Roger Williams University for hosting our graduation events, and a very special thank you to Gordon Wood, who goes above and beyond to make the magic happen and accommodate all of our many needs. So thank you, Gordon. And now for you guys, we would like to also personally thank all of the family and loved ones for your unending support of your students, of our school, of our district, and our community. Graduates, please stand, turn around, and thank your parents and loved ones, and tell them that you love them. You may be seated. So, hello, class of 2018. We are finally here. My heart is overjoyed. We started our journey together 4 years ago. You are my first class at Mount Hope High School. And together, I know, and together we have grown. Each of you has contributed over the years to the greatness of your class as academic scholars, outstanding athletes, amazing artists, brilliant performers, and so many other achievements it would be impossible to name them all. For me, I have witnessed you grow from 9th grade, timidly in 9th grade, into aspiring young adults. And your true greatness lies in the true amazing people you have become. Your kindness, compassion, true caring for one another continue to inspire me and all who have been fortunate enough to get to know you. You are truly a special class. And I think Caroline said it really well. We're a circle, an unending circle. So with that said, I have 3 brief messages for you today, and I hope these are messages that you will remember. My first message for you is simple but powerful, and it has a little story behind it, but I hope you will remember it. It is about lollipop moments. Yes, I said lollipops. That's the lollipop lady. The idea comes from a video by Drew Dudley called Leading with Lollipops, where it's a little surprise planned. Don't mind the people behind the curtain. Okay. Drew explains how you can make a big difference in other people's lives without even knowing it. He calls these lollipop moments and shows how the smallest, most insignificant gesture, guys, hold on 1 second before you go. I'll give you the cue. Hold on. That's all right, no problem. The most insignificant gesture can have a significant impact on others. He tells a story of how he introduced 2 freshmen at college orientation using a lollipop. He handed the lollipop to a boy in the registration line and asked him to give it to a girl that was standing behind him. The boy was mortified, but gave the girl the lollipop nonetheless. 4 years later, the girl, now a senior, ran into that lollipop man. She thanked him and told him that when she first arrived as a freshman, she was terrified of being in a new school, in a strange place, and it was that lollipop moment that made her feel welcome and at home. And she was also still with the same boy 4 years later, and the 2 went on to marry. The funniest thing was that Drew had no memory of the event. It was a simple, seemingly insignificant moment that changed the course of their lives. Can you think of any lollipop moments when someone said or did something that impacted you, small or big? I'd like to share just one of my lollipop moments that happened during a challenging week this year at school, when I was doubting myself as a principal and wondering if this was what I was meant to do. On this particular day, which just happened to be my birthday, I was escorted to Mrs. Gauthier's room, where, to my utmost surprise, students presented me with a giant, giant card, signed by them all, sang to me, and sat me in a chair to watch an incredible birthday video that they created for me. And like you all have done so many times, you reminded me why I do what I do every day and how lucky I am to be your principal. So thank you for that lollipop moment. I love you too. So lollipop moments are about the power of everyday influence. It's crazy to think that what you do matters so much to others. But the interactions you have every day do matter. A smile, a hug, a word of encouragement, a thank you note, any small gesture can and will make a big difference. And boy, do they make you feel good inside. A powerful quote from the book Wonder. Shall we make a new rule of life? Always to be a little kinder than is necessary? Kinder than is necessary. What a powerful, marvelous line. Kinder than is necessary. because it is not enough to be kind. One should be kinder than needed. Why I love that line, that concept, is that it reminds me that we carry with us as human beings not just the capacity to be kind, but the very choice of kindness. So choose kind. And just to put it into perspective, there are 7.6 billion people in the world. Just imagine if everyone made it a rule to be a little kinder than is necessary and have lollipop moments every single day. So choose kind. Go, guys. How many lollipop moments can you create? Thank you, Caroline. We're going to have a lollipop moment. We are sharing lollipops with you to share and remember. And we have a little bit of music. There's a lot of lollipops out there. Come on back, Caroline. So my second message for you is something that you know well. Remember to strengthen your core. Thank you. And you are a true representation of our core values and beliefs. You are respectful, you are responsible, you are honest, you have integrity and intellectual curiosity. You persevere, and it is you who have truly made these things a part of the culture at Mount Hope High School. So I just want to emphasize a few things about getting ripped. Respect. Remember your manners. Say please, say thank you, say excuse me. Look people in the eye when you're talking to them. Respect one another. Respect your parents, loved ones. Respect animals. Respect the environment. And respect our planet. It is the only one we have. And please, please respect yourself. You are worthy of it. Thank you. Responsibility. Make your bed every morning. Work hard. and be positively punctual. Vote. Many lost their lives fighting for the right to vote. So vote, stay informed, and let your voice be heard. And please be responsible with social media. Social media can be a powerful tool to network, to organize, to connect. But it can also be an echo for negativity and hatefulness. Don't use it for negativity and hatefulness. Use it for good. And put the phone down at the dinner table and have a conversation. Honesty. Always tell the truth. Mark Twain said, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Find the truth. Don't assume what you hear or what you read is fact. Test it, question it, research it, and find the truth. Then stand up and share it so others will know as well. Integrity. You have heard it described as doing the right thing when no one is looking. I say, do the right thing when everyone is looking. Sometimes this is harder, especially if doing the right thing goes against what your friends are doing. So choose the right thing. Intellectual curiosity. Curiosity sparks creativity and innovation. And you are creative and you are innovative. Let your two favorite questions be what if and why not. I'll say it again. Let your two favorite questions be what if and why not. And one of my favorites, perseverance. Fail forward, you hear me say it all the time. Stick with it, whatever it is. Don't stop until you figure it out. Each year, we give an award called the Comeback Kid. This award is given to a student who, for varied reasons, had many barriers and challenges to overcome, but doesn't give up. This year's Comeback Kid is the epitome of perseverance and never giving up. I ask that he come up and tell his inspiring story to you. I am honored to introduce Adam Thiebel.
Thank you, Dr. DiBiase. Today is a day that I never thought I would make. Graduating high school may come easy to most, but for some, it can be a challenging journey that they never think will end. When I moved to America just a little over 4 years ago, I never thought that I'd face the difficulties that I did. I completed about 8 weeks in Kickmute Middle School, which at best can be described as a blur or transitional period. I just sort of went along with whatever came my way, not entirely understanding the social cues and really what was going on most of the time. Next came Mount Hope, a fresh start. I was anxious but excited to see what American high school had to offer. It's sort of funny to think that my only exposure to American high school up to that point came from the Disney Channel. Freshman year came as a breeze. I didn't really find the classwork that difficult. Socializing came as a bit of a struggle, which may seem surprising to most people who know me now, but for most groups leaving middle school, they were pretty solid already. There was nothing I couldn't handle, and eventually I felt comfortable enough. Sophomore year is where everything changed. It started out okay, but after a few weeks, I just couldn't seem to focus on schoolwork. Anxiety and stress became completely overwhelming. I missed large portions of the school days and eventually of school weeks. In my head, I had to justify it. There was nothing wrong with me. Everyone goes through a little rough patch every now and then. But after a brief trip to Hasbro Children's Hospital, where they were unable to find anything physically wrong with me, I knew this wasn't normal. It got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. My parents had been through so much with me up until this point, they were at their wits' end. Financially, mentally, and physically, it was tearing our superb relationship apart. I knew by now something was seriously wrong, but I didn't know entirely that it was mental health related. Mental health is one of those things that I never really had come into contact with it before. I often find that in today's society we're not entirely comfortable with letting one another know how we feel on the inside and not just how we look on the outside. After months and months of going back and forth to Providence for pointless doctor's visits, I, along with my parents and many other members of the school administration, felt that I had to look for other options. They were very supportive. We were able to find the root of the problem, which was anxiety. It was crippling me and leading me into depression that I would never wish upon my worst enemy. That's when I was told about Extended Day. It was a lifeline that I desperately needed at a time when I can honestly say my mental health was at its lowest point in my life. For the rest of the school year, I worked from home, and slowly but surely I made my way back into the school building which I had feared for so long. We found out the hard way that there needs to be a transition period. Curing or at least working with anxiety and stress and depression cannot just be solved overnight. It's something that at first, it's something that you must come to terms with before you're able to treat it. I was hesitant to attend after school at first, but once I got to know the amazing supportive and helpful staff that were up there every day in the library from 2:45 to 5:15, my life changed for the better. It took me a year to find the perfect transition, but I did it. Just this year, I made my way back into the classroom at a pace that suited me. Without the help of Miss Booth, I would not be on the stage today. I could never have imagined what was going to happen to me along my path through high school, but I'm proud to say that I came out better the other side. Recognizing the problem is the beginning to solving mental health, and it's not something that can be ignored, messed with, or solved in a day. I would urge everyone who is struggling, who feels they can't cope, to ask someone for help. You will be able to find someone who can help you in any walk of life. Be open to talking about your mental health. I would also ask that we're more aware of the absolute importance of mental health and don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. I just want to thank Dr. DiBiase for recognizing my achievement and for discussing it with me in person. Thank you.
I know, pretty amazing. Thank you, Adam. Okay, so my final message is brief. It is to be the change. If you see something, say something. If you see something, do something. You have the power, you have the strength, you have the brains. You have already proven to be changers. You got back senior privileges when no other classes did. Yeah, you made a difference. You believed in the power of recycling and protecting the environment. And we will now use flatware in our cafeterias instead of plastic utensils. You have made a difference. You asked, if we don't, then who will? You educated your peers on the dangers of driving under the influence and created the every 15 minutes video and presentation that moved everyone. You made the difference. You've built a boat. You built a shed. You raised money for charities. You brought back tradition and homecoming with the bonfire. You brought back Husky pride and spirit with the dog pound, where everyone is welcome. And so much more. You stood together. You took care of each other. You supported each other. And together, you are strong. You make the difference. One of my favorite quotes by Bernard Shaw says, some see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not? So dream big and be the change. I would like to invite two students to share a story of a group of students and their teacher and how they stood strong to make a difference. Please welcome RJ Lima and Alexa Canario.
Congratulations, class of 2018. We made it, guys. My name's Alexa Canario, and I am president of Vocal Ensemble.
And I'm RJ Lima, and I'm vice president of Vocal Ensemble.
Just a couple years ago, our teacher, who I am so proud to call this year's Mount Hope High School Teacher of the Year, Mr. David Loria, Mr. Loria wrote a song for his very own graduation, and he was kind enough to share it with us today for our class to remake it as our own and use it for our graduation song. This song is about unity and the bonding of friendships and how powerful it can all be together.
This song has been a huge project for the Vocal Ensemble this year. We've done a recording of it, we've shot a music video for it, and we've started a GoFundMe page for it. Where you can purchase the song and the video, all of the proceeds of which are going to the Victims Fund of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting.
We felt it was important for us to share our graduation day with those who will unfortunately not be able to attend their own. But before we get started and show you our video for the very first time, we would need to say a special thank you to Mr. Latessa's crew, Anna Swansea, Will Fernandez, Jared Murphy, everyone who helped with this video in the hallways. If you saw us and you stopped for a minute, thank you. Mr. Loria, this couldn't have been done without you. Thank you so much. We are so thankful to everyone that made this possible for Vocal Ensemble, and if I forgot to thank anyone, thank you. We hope you enjoy, and congratulations, class of 2018.
So I have no doubt that you will be amazing. You will hold a special place in my heart forever, forever and ever. Remember to choose kind and create lollipop moments. Get ripped and be the change. So find your joy, find the passion. Don't worry so much and don't be scared. Trust me, you will be amazing. You are our future. You will innovate, you will discover, you will teach, you will heal, you will design, you will create, and you will explore. Now go save the world. I love you so very much.
Thank you, Dr. D. Thank you, RJ, Adam, Alexa, the vocal ensemble for making that video. I know I speak for all of us when we're all saying we're going to really miss Dr. D. She's a great principal. Next, I would like to invite up the superintendent, Dr. Mario and Andre, to speak.
Thank you, Caroline. Please have a seat. It's always difficult following Dr. DiBiase. She raises a high bar. But good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. DiBiase, Dr. Burns, Mrs. King, members of the school committee, Bristol Warren teachers, and central office administrators, our Bristol Warren town council members and town managers, honored guests, parents, and most importantly, the class of 2018. Today we have the pleasure of listening to fond memories of your high school years, the good, the sad, the funny, and possibly some embarrassing moments, the friends you made, and the places you'll go. Now, I'm going to carry on the theme that's come across through some of the speeches today and Dr. DiBiase's about moments. Have you ever wondered why these moments, why you remember some moments instead of others? Chip and Dan Heath, in their book, The Power of Moments, discussed this intriguing questions. Why do you tend to remember the best or the worst moments, as well as the last, and forget the rest? And why do we cherish our memories that are centered around our youth? Why are we most comfortable when things are certain and feel most alive when things are not? Take a second to think about your favorite moments. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Who's with you? How do they make you feel? While we have a variety of memories, I'm confident there'll be emergent themes. Most notably, connections. Think back about your favorite memory. What are those connections that you're making? Those feelings inside of you in that very moment? Knowing, as future leaders, imagine if you can create more moments like that. If you can engineer moments. What if you can design an experience that people will last and remember for the next 20 years? What would your work environment look like? What would your classroom look like? Your interactions with your families, your friends, or new acquaintances, those lollipop moments? What would your community or world look like if you purposely created and we all had lasting connections to the things that mattered most to you? But our imagination needs more than a dream. There's an old proverb, a vision without a plan is just a dream. A plan without a vision is just drudgery. But a vision with a plan can change the world. But I want to share a little tidbit about implementing visionary plans. It takes hard work. You will have successes and failures, frustrations and joy. But as Benjamin Disraeli states, the secret of success is constancy to purpose. So find your purpose in your connections. And if you don't currently have a purpose or a connection, don't worry. Heed the advice of Stephen Hawking. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder what makes the universe exist. Be curious. So on behalf of the Bristol Warren School District, I congratulate the class of 2018 and wish you well on your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Andrade. And now the vocal ensemble will be performing Give Us Hope.
Not part of the script.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. It's all very simple to see what we need. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Listen to the sound of my voice calling. Can you feel the beat of my heart pounding? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. We are the future. Help us believe. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Take my hand. Now look in my eyes. Tell me what you see. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Show you the way.
My voice is calling.
Show you the way.
My voice is calling.
Show you the way.
Thank you, vocal ensemble. I'd now like to bring up the theater advisor, Brittany Varia, to present the Gardner Burke rhetorical presentation.
Hello. Today I'm here to mark a tradition that has been a part of this graduation ceremony for 124 years, the Gardner Burke speech competition. Before I announce this year's winner, allow me to explain this tradition and its significance at this ceremony. The Burke part of the contest refers to a beloved principal and teacher in the Bristol school system, John Burke. Mr. Burke had a gift for making students laugh and smile and had a love for public speaking. As a way of honoring him upon his retirement, the John L. Burke Oratorical Contest was created. The Gardner part of the competition goes back to 1894, when Warren High School's senior class president and valedictorian, Richmond Gardner, had prepared a few speeches for graduation. To the school's horror, Richmond unexpectedly died only days before the graduation ceremony. A contest was held to see who would deliver his speeches, the winner to be announced at graduation, and the speeches delivered to honor Richmond's spirit and the spirit of those classmates over the years who were not there on their graduation day. Since the unification of Bristol-Warren regionalized school districts, these two speech contests have been unified into what is known today as the Gardner Burke speech competition. And our contestants are here, they are ready. As was done in 1894, only one of them will be called to give their speech today in memory of Richmond Gardner, John Burke, and in the spirit of the members of this class who cannot be here today. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the contestants to you. Please stand when I call your name. They are Katie Medeiros, RJ Lima, and Faith Brown. Now, these students are all brilliant actors in their own right with passions for performing and bright futures ahead of them, but only one has been chosen. And now, drum roll please. The winner of the Gardner Burke speech competition for 2018 is RJ Lima.
Hello, class of 2018. As stated, I'm RJ Lima, and I am going to be performing Pale Blue Dot by Carl Sagan. I'm actually going to step down. From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being that ever was, lived out their lives. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every king and peasant, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every young couple in love, every mother, father, hopeful child, inventor, explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every saint and sinner that ever was, lived out their lives on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of that pixel from the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how fervent their hatreds, how eager they are to kill one another. Think of the rivers of blood shed by all those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are all challenged by that point of pale light. The earth is but a lonely speck in a great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit? Yes. Settle? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than that distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Thank you.
Thank you, RJ. And now Mr. Paul Silva will be giving his address from the school committee.
Wow. Nobody stands for me. Please be seated, and thank you. I seem to have the distinct pleasure every time I speak here of following a performance, and I'm not an actor, so I apologize if I don't live up to it. But in any event, let me start by saying good afternoon to all of the families that are here, the parents, the grandparents, extended family members, friends. Let me extend a warm welcome to our school superintendent, our district administrators, the Mount Hope administrators, Dr. DiBiase, our high school principal, and the staff, our elected officials, school committee members, town council members, town administrator and manager. But most importantly, put all the elected officials like myself aside. We're here because of you, the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations, you actually made it. Each time that I attend these exercises, I truly feel honored and privileged. And as I look around, I see a group of young men and women who have achieved academic excellence, a group that has reached the pinnacle of their secondary education. And some people who have helped make this school district one that everybody in the community can be proud of. You've been a major part of getting Mount Hope High School to be ranked as one of the top high schools in the state, and you should be commended for that, and we in this community should be very proud of your accomplishments in doing it. Personally, on behalf of the school committee, I want to thank you for making Mount Hope as good as it is. Thank you. To you, the parents, I'm going to be very brief today. My advice to you as one parent to another is enjoy them. Be proud of them. They do and have grown up very fast. And for all of their accomplishments, I congratulate you too, because without you, they could not have accomplished what they have so far today. To you, the graduates, having been here before, and having spoken with many of you prior to tonight, I realize that all these speeches and formalities take much more time than what you want. In fact, I think we've been here for about an hour and a half already. And I know you simply want to come up on this stage, get your diplomas, and go home and start your parties. Baseball first? Okay. But before we begin doing that, I have to talk to you briefly about what happens next. And I'm going to say this because I listened to everything here, and I agree, you're an amazing class. And what I may say before I show a short video, and I mean short, it's only 2 minutes, I will tell you, you will get it in the end. There is a little statement on the top of your Vice President and Salutatorian's cap that truly hits things on the head. Can you share it with us? It says, "Adventure awaits," and it truly does. So what have you gotten yourselves into now? There's no more elementary school, no more middle school, no more high school. It's now time to get ready for the real world. It's time to be prepared for the scary part of life, the part where responsibility will now rest on your shoulders. And as I look around, I see a group of young men and women that are about to enter a very confusing world, one that the previous generation, the so-called millennials, have somewhat messed up. A world that needs repair, a society that needs a great deal of change. So let's look at what the millennials have done to the world that their parents left them and what you need to repair. We have taller buildings, but shorter tempers. We have wider freeways, but narrower viewpoints. We have more degrees, but less sense. We have more knowledge, but less judgment. We drink too much, we smoke too much, we spend too recklessly, we laugh too little, drive too fast, get too angry, stay up too late, and get up too tired. We read too little, watch too much TV, and pray too seldom. We have multiplied our possessions, but we have reduced our values. We've learned how to make a living, but not how to make a life. We've added years to life, but not life to years. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but we seem to have trouble crossing the street to meet a new neighbor. We've done larger things, but not better things. We've conquered the atom, but not our prejudices. We plan more, but accomplish less. We've built more computers to hold more information and produce more copies than ever, but we communicate less and less. These are times of big men and small character, steep profits and shallow relationships, the days of 2 incomes, but more divorce, fancier houses, but broken homes. These are the days of disposable diapers, throwaway morality, overweight bodies, and pills that do everything from cheer you up to quiet you down. It's a time when there's very much in the showroom window, but nothing in the stockroom. It truly is a time of a lost generation. And I'd like you to watch this, please.
I am part of a lost generation, and I refuse to believe that I can change the world. I realize this may be a shock, but happiness comes from within is a lie. Money will make me happy. So in 30 years, I will tell my children they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight because work is more important than family. I tell you this, once upon a time, families stayed together, but this will not be true in my era. This is a quick fix society. Experts tell me 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not concede that I will live in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental destruction will be the norm. No longer can it be said that my peers and I care about this earth. It will be evident that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It is foolish to presume that there is hope. And this will all be true unless we reverse it. There is hope. It is foolish to presume that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It will be evident that my peers and I care about this earth. No longer can it be said that environmental destruction will be the norm. In the future, I will live in a country of my own making. I do not concede that 30 years from now I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. Experts tell me this is a quick fix society, but this will not be true in my era. Families stayed together once upon a time. I tell you this, family is more important than work. I have my priorities straight because my employer will know that they are not the most important thing in my life. So in 30 years, I will tell my children money will make me happy is a lie. Happiness comes from within. I realize this may be a shock, but I can change the world, and I refuse to believe I am part of a lost generation.
Just to show that I still remember some things from my high school English classes, I believe they call that a palindrome. And to you, the class of 2018, let me say this. You've already shown us that you have great potential, that you can accomplish almost anything that you set your mind to, that you can overcome the challenges and obstacles thrown at a high school student. Now it's your time to begin facing the challenges of life, to begin to solve the problems left by your parents and those that came before you. It's time to see if you can make this world a better place for the next generation, and better than it was for you. You do have the power to change the world. You are part of a generation that is like no other before you. You've grown up with the ability to speak with anyone, anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. You can do that through various social medias. These networks that you do that with were never, ever available for the generation before you. But you've been able to do it since you were, as my parents would say, knee-high to a grasshopper. This electronic technology that you have was considered a luxury to your parents, but to you it's a necessity of life. You've never had to deal with what your parents had to deal with, dial-up internet and cell phones with battery packs. In fact, many of you may not have ever seen or heard of what I just mentioned. You probably don't know what I mean when I say dial-up internet, or the first cell phone that you literally had to carry a bag with. But the new technology has been here for your life, and you use it better than anyone before you. Because of this technology, you have instant connection with people all over the world, and your tolerance level is remarkably different than that of the millennial generation. This generation that you are a part of has met people all over the world, and as a result, you're more likely to have a group of friends that are of mixed race or multiple nationalities. You're also more likely to be friendly with people of different sexual orientations and preferences. You have proven to be a generation with a default position of acceptance, while the previous generation was quick to reject anyone that was different. So, with that acceptance, and as you go forward from here, please give it everything you've got to change things that the millennials have done wrong, because we truly have done a lot wrong in our lives. You have the power and the ability to fix it. But in doing so, please remember a couple of things. That true success is not measured by how much you have, but by how little you need. With that in mind, spend some time each day with your loved ones and your family, because they're not going to be around forever. Remember to say a kind word to someone who looks up to you, because that person will soon grow up and leave your side. Remember to give a warm hug to the person next to you, because that's the only true treasure that you can give with your heart, and it doesn't cost you a penny. Take the time to love, take the time to speak, and take the time to share your precious thoughts that you have in your mind and expand on them. And always remember that famous quote, Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by those moments that take our breath away. So hold on to all that you are and all that you have learned, because these are the things that make you unique and will help you to actually change the world. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Silva and the rest of the school committee. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Dr. D, Dr. Andrade, and Paul Silva will be awarding us our diplomas.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I am right-handed.
You want to put it to here? Okay. Mic is hot. Oh, there it is.
I'm going to take, yes. I'm going to take it from my left and put it on my right and hand it back. You don't have it. We will begin. Carolyn Parker. Margaret R. O'Brien. Jillian Lee O'Brien. Eleanor M. Knappman. Ashley M. Tatum. Samantha Ferreira. Sarah M. Godfrey. Megan Leary. Samantha A. Medina. Grace M. Moclair. Monica Piccolo Evans. Alexa Placido. Carissa N. Rigo. Alyssa M. Roost. Aiden Waddell. John Robert Abrain. Olivia Ackervik. Elena M. Almeida. Charlie Armonte. Dylan Andrade. Christine E. Andrews. Hannah R. Ayers. Quinn Baldwin Kress. Austin Barboza.
Candice Barcelos. Colin Belanger. Zachary Birch. Brittany May Bisbano. Nathaniel Boyd. Noah Anthony Idalin Braga. Katie Braz. Faith Eliza Brown. Cameron Roland Bruley. Renee L. Brunel. Madeline I. Bryant. Ian Bryden. William Riker Boulin. Liam A. Willard IV. Victoria R. Bonavolanta. Corey J. Burke. Zachary P. Burke. Dylan W. Burns. Caden R. Cabral. Sarah E. Campanella. Justina Alexis Campo. Alexa E. Canario. Michaela Carvalho. Jacob Champlin. Christopher Charpentier. Jenna L. Simbrone. Nicole Contente. Kyric Cordero. Ryan D. Cordero. Evan John Kutu. Eric Q. Creton. Gunnar J. Kuna. Priscilla Deleuze. Sweet Caroline DePonte. Matthew K. DeFelice. Jalen T. DeMarco. Sydney DeMarco. Karina DeOliveira. Alexis R. DeFonso. Morgan Doherty. Jack M. Dolan. Michael J. Dugan. Thomas Dugan. Allison Mackenzie Dupras. Alec Ellsworth. Haley Ellsworth. Megan J. Ellsworth. Alana Faria. Crystal R. Feyo. Taylor Mackenzie Fernandez. William D. Fernandez. Kira Farrow. Morgan W. Field. Corinne Janelle Francis. Starbrina Frederick. Joshua Fredrickson. Joshua Michael Gale. Brian Gamez. Shane Michelle Gardner. Brianna L. Gendro. Quinn Going. It's Lucretia. My middle name is Lucretia.
Catherine Lucretia Golden. Madeline Green.
Alexandria Grenier. Kyle Guerrero. Tori Ashley Lynn Hanashek. Macy Nicole Harden. Claire Harrison. Ashley A. Heald. Michelle Hyman. Alex Trevon Hill. Ezell Jones. Trinity Jones. Elijah Josephs. Stuart K. Brandon Brian Kearney. Kyle John Kennedy. Colleen Kalevi. Sarah Klein. Annie M. Kopecki. Joseph Michael Krug. Katrina Lambert. Devin Lannon. Kerry A. Larson. Jeremy Lima.
RJ Lima. Caitlin Lockram. Samantha M. Lombardo. Sabrina Lorero. Jacob John Lewis. Megan Luminello. Haley Ariana McDougall Dyer. Gabrielle A. Machado. Samantha Lorna Machado. Dylan A. Madison. Brian R. Mansieri, Jr. Laura Marshall. Sean P. Martin. Casey Masitis. Megan McGregor. Connor John McKenna. Madeline H. McNally. Caitlin Medeiros. Michael James Medeiros. Olivia Medeiros. Reina Medeiros. Samantha J. Mendonca. Alexander Milhomans. Johnny Malloy. Caitlin E. Moniz. Brandon Morera. James J. Morera II. Maxwell J. Muscala. Antoine Moulinier. Jared Murphy. Aaron J. Myers. Eric Nadalis. Cam N. Nappy. Robert Obertal. Matt Oliveira. Serena Cassidy Olson. Sabrina Opalowski. Patrick Lanigan Ott. Connor R. Padovich. Lyric Peterson. Brittany Pimentel. Chayton Powell. Hannah Prue. Shay Quinn. Lily Elizabeth Ramsey. Alexandria Rivas. Jacob Roos. Olivia Rittman McLaughlin. Rihanna M. Rockwood. Alexis Rodricks. Morgan Faith Roulan. Ezekiel A. Sally. Athena Faith Santos. Jack C. Serps. Jeremy R. Serps. Stephen T. Serps. Cara Silva. Marianne Caitlin Simbro. Nicholas G. Simeone.
What is she doing? Please hold.
Eliza Hope Serpensky. Justin Joseph Soares. Paige Sobrero. Jacob N. Souza. Caitlin Souza. Madison Gail Souza. Curtis Stebbins. Keith Stevenson. Anna C. Swansea. Alexander Tainch. Nathan D. Tatry. Georgia Elizabeth Texera. Haley M. Texera.
Nice job.
Adam J. Tebow. Riley M. Veeder. Nathan T. Veloso. Travis Wallerzak. Kyle W. Webb. Madison Maria Withers.
Nice work, ladies.
Hello? Okay. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we can take our tassels and I'll move them to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2018. All right, if I could have everyone's attention. At this time, if everyone would join us in the Mount Hope High School alma mater, everyone join in. It's the last page of your program, so you can find it there. And I think the vocal ensemble is going to lead us in this, so here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for playing. Jackets go back.